Right, so our buddy pal over at Carlston Jobst has finally taken a break from complaining about that one guy that cheated at Donkey Kong to make a video about Doom! Yay! Hey, Twitch chat, we're watching something about Doom, aren't we all happy? Let's get some 07s if we're all enjoying the React Andy trivial slop that we're putting out. Don't we all love slop? Everyone loves slop. Gotta get some slop in your day. Some sloppy, terrible, terrible React Andy content. Alright, what did they do? Who finally beats this challenge in Doom after 30 years?
Absolute legend.
That was quite shit.
In Doom,
oh my god, he called us the legends.
more alpha or satisfying than finishing a level and seeing a big, beautiful 100% next to kill.
Oh my god,
there
the
is
neurons.
just something cathartic about knowing there was literally no more pain you could have possibly inflicted. You
Dude,
are a beast, and every 100% you deliver should serve as a warning to every other demon out there that you're coming for them, and you will not stop until every last
modern
one
iterations
is
just
dead.
mwah.
If UV speed,
Doom Eternal
which is the
still
speedrunning
ranks as one of my
category where you
favorite
just have
games
to get
ever
to the end of each level, encapsulates the feeling of being stuck in hell trying to escape. UV Max, which requires you to get 100% kills, perfectly encapsulates the vibe of I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. But there was just one nagging problem.
Being in
one
my Twitch
thorn
stream,
in the side of every Doom speedrunner.
You're not locked in here with me. I'm not locked in here with you.
E1M8. The issue is that when you speedrun Doom, you aren't allowed to carry weapons over from previous levels, at least when you're speedrunning for an individual level record. This means you always start with the pistol, and you can only use whatever weapons and ammo are made available to you within a specific
really? I
level.
never knew that.
Normally, this isn't a problem for
really
UV Max speedrunners.
So
the creators of Doom made sure that every level is beatable from scratch, so that if you die and lose everything, you can still continue. And good players can not only beat levels starting with just the pistol, but they can also kill every enemy as well. Every single level in the original release of Doom had been beaten from scratch with 100% kills on ultra-violence.
I mean, maybe one day I'll do it as like a challenge to myself to learn how to speedrun a game.
In 30 years of Doom speedrunning, not a single person had ever completed E1M8 with 100% kills. It was written off as impossible. Even in the UV Max category, speedrunners threw up their hands and said, okay, in this one level, you don't have to kill everything. Just kill as many as you can, and we'll call it a success. But one man had had enough. He shamefully looked in the mirror and said, if we don't kill every last one of those stinking demons, how can we ever call ourselves true gamers?
I'm a demon!
While everyone else was happy to settle for mediocrity, one man, one legend, dared to dream. And in August of 2023, the hero Zero Master once again showed the rest of us plebs
I think he's talking about you guys.
Beating for the first time in history E1M8 with 100% kills, starting only with the pistol. In this video,
isn't this that one?
Take a look at E1.
Yeah, no, wait, because in this one you go into that like sub-realm that depletes your health as you go down there. Like you get sent to literal hell and then... Wait, you wouldn't be able to. Like, this place literally deals damage when you get down there. I don't think you would actually literally be able to kill these guys, surely.
1M8, and to learn why 100% kills was deemed to be impossible for 30 years. And we will also learn exactly what it took to prove all of the naysayers wrong. I really hope you enjoy. Now, Legends, I have a very important question to ask you. Would you rather important, don't forget, with a couple of 20%? E1M8 is the final stage in the very first episode
yeah, this
of
is
Doom.
that level. Shit.
It's a pretty simple level, filled mostly with demons and specters. The climax of the level features a battle with
Dude. I remember playing this level back when I was 6. The first time I ever played the original Doom and I got to this level, the noise that these things made scared the f***ing tits off me. Like, these things legitimately scared me. I legitimately closed the game and had nightmares because of these monsters. And I was so scared of these things and the noise they made that I legitimately did not play the Doom. I went back and played the other levels. But I would not do this level because these things scared me. And I had to have my sister sit with me whilst I played the game to be able to fight these things. Because they terrified me that much. Back when you could be the age of 5 or 6 and have not had been your and have not had that. Let me try that again. back in the day where being 5 or 6 years old and at that stage not having had your psyche completely and irreparably desensitized by the internet, back when being back in the 90s when being 5 or 6 meant you still had some of your childish gleam in your eyes and you hadn't seen every gory thing the internet had to show you and desensitize you to.
Hells. And other than this, there isn't much to it. The only weapons available to pick up are the shotgun and chain gun. Not exactly the hardest hitting weapons in the game, but the level is so easy that this isn't an issue. The demons, specters, and barons you meet in this small level can be easily dispatched by just keeping your distance and slowly picking them off. The problem with E1M8 is the end. After you've killed the bosses, the walls come down, giving you access to a set of stairs leading up to the final teleporter.
So in my mind, to do this, you would probably have to try and kill the enemies before with the least amount of ammo possible used, probably with melee or the pistol, and just save everything for the last second for this with as much health as possible.
This warps you into quite the chaotic scene. A very dark room filled with demons, shotgunners, and imps.
And those shotgunners
take incredible damage
as well, so they'll
you die.
Give you.
The idea of this ending isn't that you won or escaped, it's that you died and were sent to hell for episode 2. This final room serves only one purpose, to kill you and progress the story. You were never meant to survive this final encounter. In fact, survival is quite literally impossible. Not only is this room filled with demons, but the floor itself damages you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And the only way to finish the level is
I remember back in the day, I actually did this. I went into this level and I killed everything but one enemy. And I remember I was taking damage even though most of the enemies were dead. Yeah, no, fuck, that's what it was, because I used God mode. This is back when, like, cheat codes were, like, really, really, kind of part of the game. Like, God mode, infinite ammo, that kind of nonsense. Wall clip.
Seemingly die. The floor has a special property where once your health gets below 11%, the level ends. For the purposes of this video, I'll show the room with the gamma increased, but just keep in mind that this room is almost completely pitch black. The end room contains 6 shotgun guys, 5 imps, and 4 demons. Of the 3 guns you have available, the chain gun has the highest DPS, but with the floor and enemies constantly damaging you, there doesn't seem to be enough time to do sufficient damage. Let's check the map and see exactly how much time we have.
Yeah, because
the level contains a supercharge
oh boy,
and an armor,
don't you love gaming,
guys?
We love gaming. We love it when we have to do
with
math
equipped,
to play games.
The floor will do 14 health damage per second, which should give you 14 seconds before you get under 11 health. However, the damage cycle is based on a...
Actually, I think you'll find with exactly 2.9 DPS and exactly 17 enemies in the room that output 15.9 health per second, that you'll actually have only 14.5 seconds in order to complete this objective. So I would appreciate if you did your math correctly, imbecile.
A universal timer, so you could get damaged as soon as you enter. So the actual time is somewhere between 13 and 14 seconds. Any damage inflicted to you by enemies, however, will lower this time. And just look at this room. I don't see a universe where you can warp in here and remain untouched. You are going to get shot. The only question is, how many times? At minimum, you are going to lose at least a couple of seconds due to enemy damage. Based on the health of the enemies,
this is like World of Warcraft classic back in the day, Cthulhu, who was statistically shown to be impossible to kill. And yet people did it. So, yeah. I mean, to be fair, if they put me in this, I wouldn't have had a problem. All these demons would have been slayed really quickly.
DPS of the chain gun, assuming standard luck and 100% accuracy, it would take 12.1 seconds to kill them all. So even at this rate, you probably don't even have enough theoretical time based on perfect play. Perfect play is kind of irrelevant though, because it will never happen. Your accuracy is going to decline as the enemies decrease, especially because you also need to move around a lot to avoid being damaged. All in all, this seems like an impossible...
Slight sidetrack. I think we need to play H-Doom for, like, going back to the whole Seath Zintac video we were watching earlier, I think we need to play H-Doom for a business website stream sometime.
Possible task. And in practice, this seemed to be true. No one could kill the demons, the math says it's probably not possible, and thus, it was universally accepted that 100% kills couldn't be done. And that's why...
Oh, Inkle, you don't know H-Doom? Okay, let me explain. Doom. Imagine Doom with the graphics and the pixel style and whatever, but all of the demons have tits and are busty as fuck. And you, the Doom Slayer, are not there to slay the demons. You're there to lay the demons. It's a Doom-themed porn game. Which oddly has some amazing effort put into it.
Speedrunning category, this level was an exception. Speedrunners said, as long as you
know, I'm sorry. I am going to pause chat this because I need to show you what I mean.
Such an unbelievable asshole!
You know, you're being bitchier than usual today, and not in a...
So yes, all of the Doom models got converted into, busty waifus.
You are such an unbelievable asshole!
You know, you're being bitchier than usual today, and not in a hot way.
You got me pregnant, you idiot!
How is that my fault?
You said you were wearing protection!
I was wearing my armor!
Yeah, so H-Doom is a cultured gameplay experience. In fact, you know, this is gonna be really hard to edit when I get this up onto YouTube. Oh, that's porn. No, that's porn. That's porn. That's porn. That's porn. That's porn. That's gay porn. That's also gay porn. That's porn. Okay, so I have nothing tactile that I can show you without getting myself kicked off of Twitch. What I will show you, however, is the thumbnail artwork. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, waifus in Doom because nothing is sacred.
Everything before the final room, the speedrun will still count. The world record for E1M8
Today on
UV
Twitch,
Max
Makari looks
is
at
59
porn.
seconds achieved by Tidri in October of 2022. You can see he doesn't even try to kill anything at the end, and finishes the level with 63% kills. 63% is the figure you'll get if you kill everything throughout the level, but leave all of the end enemies alive. Now, it's all well and good to allow exceptions so that a speedrunning competition can happen, but what if allowing less than 100% kills made people complacent? What if for the past 30 years, no one even tried to get 100% because it was just assumed to be impossible? We won't
everything
ever
this
know.
guy makes now
But
is
if
about
there
this
is
one guy that
Doom
cheated
player
at
we
Donkey
can
Kong
say
because
for
they tried
sure
suing
is
each other.
definitely not complacent, it's Zero
There will
Master.
be! It's like
When
the
Zero
reset.
Master hears 100% kills is impossible, he doesn't just say, oh, okay, let's just settle for 63%. No, Zero Master always asks, are you sure about that? He wanted to make sure that everyone hadn't just been wrong for 30 years. And so he decided to really test this theory. Now, there is one more factor that I neglected to include.
What do you mean today
in
on
my
stream? That's
previous
just me normally.
calculation, and that's the impact of
Elder
enemy infighting.
Zelpa, you
Enemies
clearly
of
don't know
different
me.
types can damage each other, so if we can get really lucky, perhaps the enemies in the final room can inflict enough friendly fire to make killing them all possible. And to help with this, there is conveniently a partial invisibility power-up that causes enemy fire to scatter randomly. The question is, how lucky would one need to be in order to survive long enough
you
and
have
have enemies
everything refined
damage
so
themselves
well that
enough
you're relying
to
on
make killing them all
RNG and the
feasible?
minutest possibility of things
Zero
lining
Master
up in
found
exactly
out.
the right way
He
to work
created
for
a
you.
script that would enter the final
I mean,
room.
this is how the world record speedrun, and this conveniently made the video made by the same person who made this one. How the speedrun for the world record of the E1M1 was broken only after 24 years because the probability of a certain thing happening was so inordinately low that it took 24 years for it to happen. It's wild.
Room and to run in circles while shooting. It would do this 5,000 times, with each time being slightly different. And then, Zero Master would check to see how many of those 5,000 runs had a chance. And when he looked, there was one. None of them killed every enemy,
Dude, this
but
is that
one demo in
Doctor
particular
Strange moment.
left
I perceived 6.9 million universes where we fought Thanos. And there was one that we won. Oh shit, dude! Look at that ass! Oh my god, those imps are packing! No wonder there was a H game made out of this. When you got friggin' imps walking around with a cake like that, yeah, wow, okay. Damn. John Romero was a friggin' demon file. Sheesh.
One still standing, and with enough time available for Zero Master to take control of Doomguy and finish the job. So it turns out it was theoretically possible after all. Zero Master then carefully studied the demo to reverse engineer the strategy it used. It's actually
it just looks like he's in
role
playing a Beyblade.
The shotgun guys seem to be the biggest threat to your health because their hit scan weapons will damage you instantly and can't really be avoided.
Dude, I've learned so much about Doom mechanics.
You will get shot more and thus
by watching Carl's Jobs videos.
But they also do well to damage other enemies.
All this knowledge that I have in my head about Doom speedrunning.
Demons have the most health, but
like, I could have been learning about
damage, so they are easy
quantum
to avoid.
mechanics,
Demons
mathematics, something that could productively help me in my life.
From the
but instead, I now have data taken up in my brain.
But with the lack of a projectile, exactly how much damage can they really deal to other enemies? And then we need to ask ourselves if we should move around or try to stand still, possibly in a corner. Moving around helps us to avoid damage, but lowers our accuracy. If we stand still, we can focus on making sure every bullet counts, but perhaps standing still is a guaranteed way of getting shot, and thus not having enough time. Maybe the perfect strategy doesn't even exist.
You know that John Romero and Michael Carmack, they did not intend for this kind of stuff to be done in their game. And the fact that it's taken 30 years
ultimately decided
for this
to
kind of nonsense
imps
to be
and
done.
demons first, leaving the shotgunners alive and relying on luck to avoid dying while running in circles. And after hundreds of attempts, he finally
do I know a lot about Doom exploits? Weirdly enough, and only because of Carl Jobs, yes, I do. Like, again, I say this, there is a portion of my brain that's been taken up by Doom speedrun mechanics and tactics and stuff like that, all because I've watched these videos. And I have no regrets, because it's honestly fascinating to watch this kind of stuff. Sorry, John Carmack, yes, you're right. And in fact, it's in the dark as well. He did it! Dude, I would love to have had like a live reaction of him doing this and seeing what he would have been being like in real life. Like, whether he would have remained composed and be like, finally. Or whether he would have like been the typical React Andy content person who gets a $100 donation and throws their fucking chair across the floor. Like, to be the first person in 30 years to achieve something would be wild.
This raises an interesting question. What should happen to the 30 years of runs this level had before that didn't get 100% kills? On the Doom speedrunning ranks, Zero Master's run isn't listed as first. It's ranked down the list because it's slower, with a little caveat saying it was 100% kills. Personally, I think that kill percentage should be more important in a category like UV Max, and if you've gotten 100% kills and no one else has, you should be ranked first.
Yeah, that's really true.
The level is probably ruined forever because no one...
Hold up! That's actually really valid. Hold up. Because he's the first person to do this, it means he's the first person ever to have 100%ed the entirety of Doom. So theoretically, even though his time is slower, he's done it faster than anyone else because nobody's managed to actually 100% it. Huh. Interesting. Hey, Uncle Spartan. Yeah, final stream before I go on holiday. I'm going to Disney.
To speedrun it. The ending is a huge
legitimately,
game of
this
chance
is the one guy in the world who's
fun
actually
type.
beaten
Let
Doom.
me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, that's actually like a brain... That's a brain tickler. Huh. Man, now I want to play Doom. You know, I actually have Doom Eternal downloaded. Maybe we play Doom Eternal today. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's its own category, but at that point, why would you even want to do that category considering the low probability of it working? This is why speedrunning is so nonsensical.